Hi everyone, one more Inside Iron Studios today. I'm Marcelo and I'm here with Mike. How are you, Mike?
Marcelo, my friend, I'm doing well. It's Friday here, we got great weather, and I'm ready to look at some great products.
And we had a lot of new stuff, and all of them are already available for pre-order. So please access ironstudios.com to pre-order now your favorite items. We have a lot of new stuff to talk, so let's start right now, Mike, with one of your favorites. I think it's Nathan Drake for Uncharted.
I have not seen the movie yet. I'm looking forward to see it. I had a lot of friends who were big Sony fans, big PlayStation guys, so I'd always watch them play the Uncharted series, and it was always a really fun game, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they translate it into the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some of the previews, and it looks like they kind of capture some of those like fun adventure moments.
And I'm a huge Tom Holland fan, and I think we hit spot on his likeness in this statue.
Oh, look at that, man. I mean, we have some incredible sculptors. I think that's such a good likeness of him. That's so beautiful. I think that really captures him.
We are looking at the regular version, but we also have the deluxe version that we are looking right now, and it has a wreckage base with a lot of details on it.
Yeah, so he's more of a treasure hunter, and it looks like it might be a wreckage from a ship, so I'm sure we'll get a little bit more context when we get the movie. But again, I love our bases, and like seeing all, especially when it's like a crowded, cluttered atmosphere like what we got for the Sentinels, like the destroyed base. I think they always come out really cool. And again, look at that likeness.
Yeah, the colors and all the textures and little details, very neat. It's really, really awesome. Let's start now with our Harry Potter line that we are continuing with a lot of great 1/10 scale statues, starting with SEVERUS' Snape.
Oh, Marcelo, see, this is my wheelhouse. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Me and my wife, we probably watch the movies at least once a month, if that gives you any indication. And yeah, I love the wonderful tragic figure of Severus, and I'm so glad that we've done a statue for him.
He's a fun favorite character, and he started like a villain and became like an unsung hero, right?
Totally. Like you get those moments in the last books, and you just realize what a great character he was, and you know, Alan Rickman portrayed him perfectly.
I also think we did a great job with his likeness, and as the Uncharted product, we have the regular version and also the deluxe version with all these potions and jars and pots. It's so detailed and colorful.
Oh yeah, getting him there with being the potions master, you get everything on there. I'm trying to like read I love the fine detail. I'm trying to read all the labels on the bottle.
yeah.
Man, I love that we're doing more, and look, you got the Alan Rickman scowl of Snape. Man, if we go further into the Harry Potter line, and I know we have a few tricks up our sleeve later in the year, but I got ideas for days for you for things that we can do and iconic moments.
If you have to choose a class to attend at Hogwarts, which would it be?
If I had to choose a class to attend at Hogwarts, which would it be? I don't know. I know I've had this discussion with my wife. I know she would take the herbology class.
Okay.
You've seen my background in our Zoom meetings. It's all plants.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with transfiguration.
That's nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I'd learn with Professor Flick and McGonagall, and yeah, definitely some of the transfiguration classes could be fun.
And talking about Hogwarts, we have to talk about this really bad guy that is Dementor. We had a lot of inquiries about this character, and we have him in front of us right now.
See, the one thing I love about this is presenting the scale of, you have the main Dementor right there, and then I love how you have Hogwarts and them swirling around it. Gosh, that's...
Yeah, we did like we did with the illusion line of Minico, putting a lot of depth, working with smaller and bigger elements to give a kind of depth to the figure. It is really, really scary, and I love it so much.
Yeah, I love the effects that we achieved with the cloth here. I know it's, It's not actual cloth material, it's sculpted, but it looks so great, especially the way it covers the face and you get the skeletal figure underneath. It's such a good representation of, and you can see why like people in the Harry Potter world were so scared of these figures.
And let's bring it on, Batman Nightmare, that joins our black costume Superman quarter scale we shown last year. And what do you think, Mike?
So I love our 1/10 because it's a great price point for collectors getting in, but man, once you start getting into our quarter scale, the details that our sculptors and painters can bring out is just incredible. I think it gives such, like, there's so much more to look at because you have that bigger statue, and I love it. And I love this, yeah, I just love everything about this. I know I say it a lot, but I geek out over our stuff.
And one thing very important to say is that we didn't have the license for quarter scale of DC heroes in the past. We had only third scale, but now we do, and it's a worldwide license.
Yeah, and I really can't wait to see what else our team is able to do on the legacy scale.
And talking personally, I really love raincoat. So every hero that uses a raincoat, I'm totally in.
When I say, oh yeah, and once again, we're nailing that fabric look from the sculpt.
Totally. So keeping with Batman, we have the long-awaited Batman animated series, and we are starting with two characters, which are the Joker and, of course, Harley Quinn.
And this is the Batman that I grew up with. So this hits all sorts of nostalgic tones for me. And I think this year it's actually the 30th anniversary of the Batman animated series, as well as the first introduction of Harley Quinn into the Batman universe.
Yeah, of course. Harley Quinn appeared first time at the show. Not in the comics, not in the movies. Not many people may know about this, but she was a creation of Bruce Timm and Paul Dini only for the animated series, and then she joined the comics and now the movies with Margot Robbie, but it was a character created for the animated series.
Yeah, and I love that little mischievous look she has with all the little gadgets around her. Of course, you gotta have the oversized mallet.
Yeah, the base is simple but detailed also.
It almost, the base almost looks like she's somewhere in the Bat Cave with like the electronics there, like she's setting something up in a little sneaky manner.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think, again, this kind of speaks to, I know we've done animated items before, like Dungeons and Dragons, and I love the way we can bring those 2D animations into life in these 3D sculpts.
Yeah, and her base connects exactly with Joker's base to form a one neat diorama. And we cannot forget that in the animated series, Mark Hamill,
oh, for sure,
our Luke Skywalker, did his voice, and
yeah,
what can we say? It's a very iconic Joker.
Yeah, his voice that he gave for the Joker, it's like the voice of the Joker that I hear in my head.
Yeah.
It's a super stylized version of the Batman comics that we know, and one of the things that I loved about the animated series itself is that they actually drew everything on black paper, and that's what gave the world such a dark feeling of Gotham City, and which I think helped so much.
And for us growing up watching the series and now have the possibility to work with the characters that back in the day shown us, which were the Batman villains and partners, it's very great. And I can anticipate you that we are also having, of course, Batman and also the Batmobile.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
And going from DC to Marvel, yeah, we have one more X-Men characters, and it is Jean Grey in Dark Phoenix style with all the fire and stuff.
Yes, I mean, you have to have, if you're doing a full X-Men diorama, you need to have Phoenix in there.
This is the regular version without a Phoenix, but you can see also the details on the fire, on the base, and her hair. The figure is the same, but of course, we have the special deluxe version with this huge Phoenix, huge bird on it. That is really awesome.
Yeah, but even if you know, again, sometimes price points, sometimes we can't always afford the biggest one but we want. But I mean, you look at all the detail you're still getting with the regular version of the flames kind of dancing up through. And like, I'm just thinking for me, if I'm having this on display, I'm putting some lights below it to make the, like we have here, to have the fire and flames light up. And the way she's floating in the fire effects is so cool.
And the movement on her hair and her little smile on her face is very neat.
Yeah, you can see the little smirk there. Like she's fully embracing her powers.
Yeah, and here we have the great Phoenix I told you about. And it's a translucent material, as we usually do when we work to simulate fire. And as you said, Mike, when you put some light behind it or below it or even above it, it makes a huge impact.
Yeah, look at the way it's just kind of billowing out and takes form and takes shape. And this is incredible. I love the 90s X-Men animated series, and this kind of touches to some of those moments, and I love how it's just rising over, surrounding, protecting her, and yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, I know we already had a lot of X-Men shown, and I hope we have some more in the nearly future, so keep you watching us. And going out from Marvel Comics to Marvel Studios, we have the 10th anniversary Avengers line. Can you believe it, Mike?
It's been
10 years already.
It's been 10 years. Time is just flying so fast. I remember seeing this in the...
I'm getting old.
Oh, don't tell me that, man. I remember seeing this one in the theaters for the first time, and you know, we had all those great moments. Started with we had all these great moments that Jon Favreau kicked off with the first Iron Man, and then slowly, you know, each individual film introduced the characters, but seeing them all together in the iconic Battle of New York and seeing how they work together as a team was such a thrill.
And it's a very good opportunity for new collectors or collectors that didn't have the opportunity to buy back in the day the Avengers 1 line we released. Of course, at that time we didn't release Thor and Hawkeye, but now the scene and the team are complete, and it's a 10th anniversary ultra limited collection. And also we are honoring this fantastic movie that made and helped make what we know today as the MCU.
Speaking of Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, when he was filming the Hawkeye series, stopped by our Iron Studios section at FAO, and
yeah, I was watching and pausing every time, every scene of the series, so maybe I could see something of Iron Studios, but unfortunately I couldn't.
But yeah, at least we got a picture of him on his Instagram page. He took a picture with all our Endgame statues. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And in one chapter of the series, he stops in front of some sign telling that there where the fight, the Avengers assembled for the first time.
Yeah, that was a nice little head nod of the Battle of New York.
Yeah, we have them all. We have the huge Hulk, we have Thor with his cloth cape, and it's a character we never done with this costume in 1/10 scale. We have a Black Widow with her gun in hands, and as you can see, all the bases look the same as the streets of New York. Of course, they do not connect exactly together, but you can put them wherever you want and whenever you want, forming the classic scene or exhibiting them individually. But of course, if I had them all in my collection, I would have them all in circle, back to back, representing the move scene.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, like, it's cool that we can have the displays and you can fit them all next to each other and you see the bases, you know, work with one another, but you gotta have it in the circle. You gotta have that moment.
Yeah, they are also awesome. They are the main characters, Captain and Iron Man.
We got Thor there with Mjolnir getting ready.
Great actors. They did a very, very nice job doing them all those years. And we have the Mark 7, and this statue has light up LEDs in the base, so you can see light glowing inside the smoke. This is smoke and fire in his base is also made of translucent material. And I think this armor is my favorite one. I'm between the Mark 6 and 7, but I'll take the 7 because this movie is so remarkable for me. I watched it 1,000 times already, and I was not that young at time, but I remember it dearly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We're all big nerds. We nerd out on all things so hard.
So let's go to our final statues of this Inside Iron Studios 20 minutes. And I know you were hoping to see it a lot, Mike. That is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Minico version.
Yeah, we finally get the 90s Ninja Turtles. This is so good. It's the classic. Again, this was my childhood right here. Being Michael, of course, I was always Michelangelo.
Yeah, me too, because Marcelo also starts with an M, so Michelangelo
See?
was my favorite. And he loves pizza and was also a funny guy, so...
Yeah, so I think it fits. But secretly, I always liked Donatello. I was like the one person who was a Donatello fan. I think everyone liked Raphael and Leonardo, but I was a big Donatello fan.
Oh, Donatello was the nerd, right?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
kind of fits.
Here, he's doing like a flying kick.
Yeah, and again, the things we're able to do and the dynamic poses that we're able to bring, even to Minico, it's taking the things that we've learned from doing statues and presenting them in Minico. It's so cool, and I love how it's like, you kind of look at it, it's like, how should it be standing? How should this pose be working? And yet here we are. Here's what we're able to do with it.
Yeah, we were very bold with this Minico line, and of course, everybody can expect we are also doing 1/10 scale, but these Minicos are a great start for the franchise here at Iron Studios.
Yeah, even the details on the wrappings for like the feet and the hands, it's I like that no foot.
Yeah. Foot Clan, right?
Yeah, no foot clan.
We have Rafael, we have Leonardo with
there's
his
the leader.
katanas. Yeah. And I remember so well the arcade game. Do you remember, Mike? Where
Yes,
we could join like 4 friends and fight for the world. Was so great.
Yeah, that was fun. I put way too much money into those arcade games.
Oh, me too. That's so great. So that's it for February. I hope you enjoyed all the items we exhibit today. And remember, all of them are already available for pre-order, so take a look in your local favorite store or join ironstudios.com to pre-order your items right now. Thanks so much, Mike. I hope to see you very, very soon.
Marcelo, this has been an absolute blast. I had a great time here. Looking forward to getting together next month and looking at the new products that we have to show off to all the fans.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.